Okay, in this clip I'm going to go ahead and kind of give you a video library tour of demo of Summit Software's management program. So in this area I'm going to go ahead and kind of point out how well the screen is arranged. What we have is we have tabs, and these are called primary tabs across the top of the screen. Now in this area here we have neatly arranged views of different screens that is going to help you manage your business. So in the primary tabs and the view, I have sub-departments, which are going to be open repair orders, estimates, closed repair orders, and this is where you're going to manage your estimates meaning that we have an opportunity to sell. We've written an estimate on a company's vehicle or owner's vehicle, and at that time, once we sell the job, it's going to be turned into a repair order, which is an open repair order. Obviously, as we close the repair orders or finish and complete the work, we're going to gallery and store that information in the closed repair orders. So right now, the view that you're looking at is the RO list view, which is arranged by open repair orders, and we have the open repair order number, which are the RO numbers. We have arranged scheduled in dates, and we also have the scheduled out dates. So this gives you an opportunity to manage your workload. So what we're doing is we're going to look at how easy it is to customize these areas, and you can move these and put them anywhere that you choose, so that it makes it easy for the user that's logged on to the system to be able to arrange their screen that makes sense to them and have the information readily available. So at any given time, they can go in and look at something that is familiar. So as you look through the screen, I have the screen set up as the RO numbers, schedule and date, hat tag, customer's name, make, model, year of the car, insurance company, totals of dollars. We have the supplements, how many part price changes there was, the scheduled out date, and we'll go over the departments, but we have 14 customizable departments. At any given time, you can look at the estimator that is currently working, and we also sort the information by job classification, meaning the severity of the job, and I'll go over that in a little more detail. So right now, if you look, we have a black arrow on the job that we're currently on. So when I select a customer's name, we have an information bar at the top of the screen that is very well organized and neat, and it gives you a lot of information, so you don't have to drill down into the tabs to find just the information that you would be looking for at a glance. So I'm going to go over that information bar. What we have is the repair order number, the estimator. We also have information here, check with your adjuster. It's a small note. And here we have the make, model, year of the vehicle. We have an opportunity to see what body technician has been assigned, the painter and the current technician. We also have an opportunity to see what the deductible is and how many images is on the vehicle. We also have a scheduled in date, an original promise date, and a scheduled out date. In the status bar, we actually have an area that tells you where this vehicle is in your production steps. We also have an opportunity to have a sub-department, and I'll go over this sub-department afterwards, and it gives you more information on the vehicle's ready, but if the vehicle's ready, is there some additional communication that's necessary. We also have a warning flag that you can use for various reasons. I like to tend to use it for vehicles that may have a two-wheel alignment or four-wheel alignment, that we want to make sure that it's a note that everyone sees very quickly and easily. It's transferred over to the Tech Central. The Tech Central has an opportunity to communicate this information with your technicians as well, right on the shop floor. We also have an opportunity to see how many parts are on the job, and it also shows you how many parts are on order, parts that have been received, any back-ordered parts, credit returns that have been relieved. We also can look at a glance and see our sublets and any parts that are late. We have an opportunity to see how the customer would like to be notified, In this case, our customer would like to be notified by cell. Here, we have an area that you can put notes that you can see right in the information bar, which makes it very, very easy. So let's go ahead and talk a little bit about how we import the estimates and what estimating systems we integrate with. So what we do is we integrate with CCC, Mitchell, and also AutoTax. We also have an integration with accounting, which would be our QuickBook, Business Work, and Peachtree, where we would be able to transfer information directly out of your management system over to your accounting system. So in this time, I'm going to go ahead and kind of direct you on where you would find your estimates and how that are going to show up. So we have a view, and I told you we have a estimate tab, open ROs and close. So at this time, I'm going to direct you to the estimate tab. Now in the estimate tab, how this works is the estimating systems has EMS extract file that as soon as you get done writing the estimate, it goes to an EMS extract file that it holds the information in. So what Summit does is we have an auto import that will pull that that file folder in your estimating system, and as soon as it sees something there, it's immediately going to grab it and it's going to extract it over to Summit. So once it extracts it over to Summit, it's going to neatly arrange in this estimate tab all of the estimates that you've written in your estimating system. So once you sell the job and you're ready to open a repair order, and I already have one already pre-selected here, I'm going to go ahead and show you how to open a repair order. So the information, I'm going to click on it. You can see that I'm on this particular car here, and I'm going to grab and drag and drop this repair or estimate up to the open ROs. This is what my function is. I want to open a repair order. So what happens is we have mandatory fields, and you see the red asterisks here that indicate the mandatory fields. This is going to give us an opportunity to start to gallery information that we would like to see and be able to have reporting on that we would be comfortable in understanding how we acquired our customer. So think about your customer service representative asking some very easy questions with the customer to better help understand how we acquire the customer. So in the job sourcing area here, I've got this one arranged that I have three areas. We either have a fleet account, how did we acquire the customer, is it a new customer or a repeat customer? In this case, I'm going to select repeat customer. So my next question to the owner of the vehicle would be, Randy, how did you hear about our shop? How did we get this customer? Once we start to understand how we're acquiring our customers, obviously that becomes a better opportunity for us to market to, say, agents for agent referrals. So I'm going to go ahead and drop this menu down. And again, you can make this a mandatory field that has to be filled out by your customer service representative or your estimator. So you can, before we open a repair order, you're going to start to get this information if you choose to do so, and make it mandatory that the employees that you have in position asking for this information is required to fill in the fields. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to just scroll down and give you a couple ideas of what I've put together that might be helpful and give you some idea that, wow, this is something I could do. So just say, for instance, I have agents that I work with in the area and I get referrals from. Well, it would be nice to know how many repeat or new customers you get from the agent referral. So what I've arranged here is the agent referral, the agent's name, and possibly it could be the insurance company that the agent covers in his sales in his office. The other piece is that I've worked with dealerships in the past that have several writers that they spiff for upselling or selling work to. So what I've done is I went ahead and arranged the dealership referrals, the agency that the dealer is referring from, and also I went ahead and arranged the name of the salesperson or service writer at the dealership. So that being said, we can go ahead and select that. You can use, just say for instance, the radio stations that you've possibly done business with, that you're advertising with. You'd like to see what kind of penetration you're getting and understand where your dollars are being spent, and if they're spent in the correct area, and what your return on your investment would be. So anything that you've written in your estimating system as far as the customer information should transfer over and already have the fields filled in. But in the event that it doesn't, again, we can make this mandatory fields that we're asking our representatives to make sure that we have this information available and in our management system, so that all of our reporting is consistent, and when we need to contact or notify a customer, the information is there and available, not just for current date, but for later date as well. And we'll talk more about that in the later clips, because it's important, if we're going to collect email addresses, that this is a time that we start to get that information, so that we can mark it at a later date. So I went ahead and everything that I have written in my estimating system has come over, including my information on the insurance, the claim number, and also I have my estimator that's going to be handling this file. I have those arranged in the drop-down menu. In this case, it's going to be Scott. We can also identify who our customer service representative is. If you're working with teams in your office, say you have a sales team, a customer representative works with an estimator, and we can go ahead and use those very creatively if we're bonusing our writers and our sales team on commissions. So this gives you an opportunity to utilize that information to your advantage. Up here we have all the pertinent information pertaining to the vehicle, including whether it's drivable or non-drivable. Again, think about the reporting that you may have available to you at a later date, that you can see how many non-drivables or drivable vehicles, if the company or the person that comes into your service facility is in rentals, how many rentals, who the rental car company is. The communication is really well when you understand how many cars that you have in. You have better communication with your rental car company on giving them the status update. Summit also has the opportunity that we can go ahead and pump data immediately right to the rental car company and give the updates, so that you don't have to go into ARMS on a daily basis, and they actually have real-time information going to them once an hour on where the car is in the status. And if there's any change in your delivery date, they'll automatically be updated, so you don't have to go into ARMS and give your explanation. Also, we have a scheduling that you can utilize, and it works in a couple different ways. One, it's reading currently how many dollars and hours is on this repair order. So by Summit understanding how many hours is on the repair order, what it's going to do is it's going to give us an opportunity to read how many hours and then break it down by how many days the vehicle is going to be in the shop, according to how many days the insurance company that you're partnered with requires you to put on the car. So I'll go over that in just a little bit more detail, but kind of just frame this for now. I have Zurich Insurance that I've selected. So when I set the profile up for Zurich Insurance, Zurich requires 3 days of time put on a vehicle, so that they're formulating their do in and do out date, or their expectation that you would get the car out in a certain amount of time according to the 3-day rule. Now, if it's a 5-day rule, we can go ahead and put that into the software and set it up according to whatever your insurance partners expect. Now, also, I've went ahead and arranged in job classifications, and I'm going to go ahead and drop this menu down and give you an opportunity to see what this is. I've got 3 or 4 different job classifications, and this particular one is an express repair. So the express repair, what it's doing is it's reading how many labor hours is on this job, and it's defaulting to an express repair because I have the software set up that an express repair would be, say, 6 hours or less, and it's identifying this job as an express repair. I also have an opportunity to set the program up to where it will identify light, medium, or heavy build. and it will give us an opportunity to see our work a little differently than we currently do at this today. So this is what the management system has to offer. It's got a lot of power and horsepower behind it on helping you do things in a systematic approach or a predictable approach, so that you can better understand your business. The next step in opening a repair order, I'm going to go to next. So my next field, I have an opportunity to see what I have scheduled by department. And this is a little bit forward. I'm going to go bypass this. This is something we can talk about in person or in another video clip. So at this time, I'm going to go to next. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to see my job schedule summary, what I have for a target delivery date in and date out. And in this time, I'm going to go to the drop-down menu, and I'm going to select that this vehicle is currently on my lot. I have an area here that we can ask the owner, how would you like to be communicated with? Would you like to be communicated with by cell, or could it be email, text, home, office? So this will be able to give you an opportunity to understand how the owner is interested in being communicated with. And these questions are being asked up front when we're opening a repair order. We could have the customer in front of us, and as we start to open the repair order, this gives us an opportunity to establish our guidelines on communication. Also, we have an opportunity to ask the customer how frequently they would like to be updated. I tend to gravitate toward the production status as the car goes through the production cell. But we also can go ahead, and if the customer would like to be updated on a daily basis or every other day, we can go ahead and identify that information here. And at that time, we can go ahead and set up automatic reminders that will remind that your customer service representative or your estimator to go ahead and make their calls on a regular basis and who they have to call today. So I'm going to select production status, and then I'm going to go to finish. Now, once I go to finish, I'm going to go to close. And what someone's going to do is it's going to open my repair order for me. So I'm going to go to OK, and at this time, I'm going to find my repair order down in the scheduled in. So if you look, I have scheduled in, and here it's on lot, meaning the vehicle is on lot. So at that time, what I would do is I would prepare what we call a repair order pack. I apologize. And I'm going to go to the owner's name. You see I'm on it in the open ROs in my open RO list view. So at this time, I'm going to right click, and I'm going to go to reports, and I'm going to go to my RO pack. So at this time, I'm going to go in, and I'm going to use this authorization of repair. So I'm going to make this big, and I'm going to do a digital authorization. And at this time, I'm going to go down, and there's a good chance that you may have an iPad or a tablet at your counter. And what you can do is you can have the customer do a digital authorization, and they can go ahead and give you the authorization of repair, and we can keep this information digitally. By doing so, we can save this to a media file, and I'll go through that in a later clip. So now I've got authorization of repair from the owner, saved digitally, and at this time I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to print a window sticker out. And the window sticker is going to be put in the vehicle, and it's a form of communication. So the form of communication is obviously we have the RO number at the top, and the good example for why we would have an RO number in this in the window is because we really would like the shop to talk to us. So picture your cars in your lot or in the shop, and they have a sticker in the window that tells them, your technicians, what RO number it is. So if we have technicians logging on and off of the vehicles so that we can get payroll automated or calculate cost associated with this job, or even cost associated with material that's mixed on your paint scale, your painter can mix material to this RO number, and your technicians can also clock on and off. The other opportunity is you have the scheduled in and scheduled out date. So as you walk through the shop, or any of the technicians go through the shop, they can see the scheduled in and scheduled out dates, so now they can become more self-directed. They understand when the vehicle's expectation to the customer is already been set, and what they will do is they will tend to go ahead and, if say 6 cars that comes over to the paint shop today, and today is the 22nd, and 2 of those 6 in the morning that had came over is going to go today, your paint staff becomes more self-directed. They know that this is the 2 vehicles we need to get through the booth this morning, and then we'll go ahead and focus on the other cars unless you choose to tell them differently. So this is a quick opportunity to have better communication throughout your entire company, instead of having to have someone go out and communicate on a regular basis with your staff. So I'm going to go ahead and close out of this, and this gives you an opportunity to see the repair order pack. I'm going to cut this off at this time, and then I'll go ahead and I'll do a second video to open up a more larger opportunity for you to see additional features that the program has. Thank you.